Okay, so what's happening today and the project that's happening today is a perfect example of the kind of opportunities you can have and the kind of money that you can make when you're an artist that is applying their skill set and their creative abilities to a want or a need that someone else has, and being able to achieve the kind of result that it would really take a creative or artistic person to really get that result that you want. And what is happening today is I'm staining this fence, and this right here is a fence that he already had done, and then he built this other gate. This is just like an absolutely gorgeous backyard that he's created. None of this was here. He literally turfed the entire backyard. The pool wasn't there, the pergolas, the extra patio there, this patio, this whole kitchen that's coming in, none of this was here, when he moved into the house. And he completely had a vision. We've got trees all along the side here that are all individually lit. He's got this in the ground amazing sound system. It's just an amazing backyard. When you're dealing with a customer of that type who has that kind of vision and that kind of expectation, that customer can't just rely on just the normal person to slap, some stain on or slap a certain color on. It has to be perfect. And that's what they're looking for. So he did not have the stain, the original stain color. So I had to go through this matching process and work with the people matching at the paint store. And it was definitely a process, a back and forth that absolutely required someone with artistic intuition, someone that had that creative ability to know, no, this isn't it yet. This isn't right yet. And just to show you what the matching process looked like, it started out as more of a brown color, and the further we got, we realized it really was more of a red. And that was just part of the trial and error process, going back and forth. They would present something, and then, you as the artist, you have to have that eye as well and be able to determine, well, no, that's not quite it. And so we definitely knew this was out. This was kind of the first attempt. Then we got here, and this was where we started getting into the reds, and we got to this point, and then we tried it a little bit with a little more red here, realized that was too much, and then came back here to the color that was really the best match. And so, this is kind of what that process looks like, and that is the part that you really can't teach. That's where you as the artist and you as the creative person become very valuable, because without that piece of it, that intuition, that understanding of how to achieve that final match or that final look and be able to understand that, that is the valuable part. And that's ultimately what you're charging for, is your ability to pull that off using your creative and artistic skills. And I'll go ahead now and show you a video of the end of that process after I had gone through a number of trips back and forth, tweaking the color. And I'll show you the video that I sent the customer when I finally got it, which was just a few days ago. I'll go ahead and show that to you now, and then we'll come back here. So I'm here, and I just wanted to come by and verify what I've got here. I just want to make sure you know what to expect once it goes on, because stain is kind of a one-shot deal. It's not like, hey, we can just paint it another color. Once the stain goes on, it's done. You know what I mean? So that's kind of why I'm just doing this extra verification here. And I wanted to explain what you're looking at here. So these are two different pieces of cedar, and this is actually the exact same stain color, but this is the difference that the effect has on different shades of wood. So this wood has all kinds of different tones in it. This is more of a flat tone, darker tone, and look how it looks very different. Well, this is kind of what I was wanting to verify. So if you look at this, this pretty much is a match to this. And then the reds in this is matching some of the reds in here. So all of these different tones, all of this where they're all different tones, they're all going to accept it differently. They're all going to make that exact same stain color look a little bit different. And basically, I'm happy with this. This is basically as best as we can get, because we actually are getting the variety of color matches that are already here. Basically, I just want to make sure, you understand why you're going to get different colors. And it will look a little bit different, I'm sure, than this, because of when this was stained and when this is stained, and might be a little bit different colors of wood. But I just wanted to explain that, because this is kind of there's no going back process. Paint, you can paint it again. This you can't. So That's just why that might help shed some light on why I took the time to get to this point. So anyway, just gonna send this over to you, and then I probably can get back over here in the middle of the week to start putting the stain on, and I'll see you then. Okay, so that's the video that I texted him, and he was happy with that as well. And so now we're putting the stain on, and this is the other part of it too, is pressure is on. And here's, you say, well, how can you get to some of those expensive jobs? What does that look like? Well, perfect example of this is he just spent some really good money having this gate built here, right? And once I put this stain on, it's a done deal. You know what I mean? Not only could I potentially ruin my part of the job, but I could ruin this whole fence that he paid good money for if I get the color wrong, right? And so that's kind of where the pressure's on. That's where the true value of a creative person and an artist comes into play. And that's where you as a creative or artist can start to really have some, amazing opportunities, different places that you can work in. I'm literally standing on turf. You know what I mean? But two, it's where you can really be paid well for the value that you can provide. And trust me, it is very hard to find, that right combination of a creative person and an artist that can also then work customer facing. And also the third part of that is then be able to nail the objective, be able to just nail the end goal. Right now, I'm working on a site called Fiverr.com. I'm on my fourth person, and all I want them to do is to create, I literally want them to copy this exact pattern that's been started, and I just want them to finish it out in the image. The image is laid out in the exact size that I want it in. The size and shape and placement of the pattern is literally there. They could just trace the beginning part of it and move on. Amazingly, I'm on my fourth person that can't figure it out. My mind is blown, that how are you not understanding this? It's not even something where I'm asking you to make this happen from an explanation. I'm literally giving you the visual image and the initial start of the pattern itself. Just finish it. Just finish the rest of an image. I need it in vector, and it'd be a time-consuming thing to do myself, and I just want to pay someone to do it. You would be shocked at how difficult that has been. Listen, that's the exact same kind of thing these customers and people who live in these homes and customers everywhere are dealing with every day. So when you are that person that can come in and be that savior, that can come in and create that solution where they can just be hands off and you actually know how to make it happen better than them, that's the amazing part. Sometimes when you do these kinds of things, you as the customer have to almost be better at it than them to help the person explain to them what you want done. Very frustrating. So when you're someone that can come in and let them be hands off, that's where you can start making great money. They're happy to pay for it. And you can be that exact same person using your creative skills and abilities to earn great money and do something that uses your skills, something that you want to be doing that you enjoy. So I just wanted to share this perfect example of that in action, of all of that wrapped up into one example right here. And I'm going to get started staining, and I'll show you the finished product when it's done. Okay, so wrapping up the day for now, but this is the old and then this is the new going that way. So I'm super happy with it, and this is also fresh, so it's going to dry a little browner as well, so then it'll match even more. But anyway, that's the final version, and it's just an example of art in real life, art in people's practical lives, and how much they need you as an artist and using the skills that you have to come take care of these tasks that they want. This is really a topic in this subject matter. It's not just about handy person or remodeling. There's all kinds of niches and genres and categories where this applies. And that's something we talk about in the Camp Shark Smarts course. So the minimum that we look for when we're helping people get to that point in the course is getting you to a point where you're making $50 an hour minimum. Working up to that point, and then once you understand that and understand how you were able to get there, then you can go even beyond that. And if you have examples of this where, to me, the best way I like to describe this is these are artistic and creative needs hiding in plain sight. where there are customers ready to pay big money to creatives and artists. And this is just one example that's just hiding in plain sight, where a customer is just desperate to find someone who can complete the task the way that they want. This applies in an endless amount of ways. So I'd be interested to know, in what ways has this applied for you as a creative or artist in whatever genre you're in, that you have found customers wanted to use your skills, or how have you offered your skills to customers in these practical ways that are just hiding in plain sight? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. As a creative or artist, you can spend a lifetime trying to figure out how to do things other people already know how to do easier and faster. That's why the Camp Shark Smarts YouTube channel is all about sharing simple, quick wins that reveal how to get past the challenges and onto the fun part as fast as possible. Becoming a part of the community is free, and every week I'll send you a simple, quick win that will make it easier to start, run, and grow your business. To join the email list and receive your first win, just click the link in the description. Also, make sure to let me know what you thought of today's video in the comments. And if you know of an even better solution to today's topic, I'd love to hear about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the community.